Hey, what's happening Wednesday?
On Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, guys.
It is.
We did it. We made it.
We did it.
We made it. So what's up?
Well, I ate beefaroni out of the can for dinner and put hot sauce all over it.
Yeah, because we are
You
like
saw
that. I saw that. Guys, this is the officially unofficial Geek channel. What's happening Wednesday with Joe and Carrie?
Joe.
And Joe had... It wasn't actual beefaroni either. It was
the Aldi's beefaroni.
It was the Aldi's brand beefaroni with name brand hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Louisiana hot sauce, because I put that shit on everything, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know what else is spicy? The Dragon Show.
The Dragon Show. Hot. Yes, guys, what we're going to talk about in a moment, we're going to be talking about the Boom Boom Fire Kitties.
And let me preface this. I don't know if I told you guys. I hated the Game of Thrones, okay? Hate. With a passion, hate. It's so stupid.
So Joe hated Game of Thrones.
Hated it.
I liked Game of Thrones up until, like, the end.
I liked the books up until a point where I start hating those too.
Right. So, like, I liked Game of Thrones up until a point. The point I started really disliking Game of Thrones was that last season. Like, I was willing, when you were complaining about time and travel and everything like that with the next to last season, I was like, willing suspension of disbelief is up.
But they established the time and how long it takes to get to places.
They did, and they fucked with that. But, you know, my willing suspension of disbelief was up. And it was strong. It was strong until that last season. And they really screwed the pooch on that one. Guys,
you know what's canon? Bran is king.
No
Bran.
matter
No matter
what we
how
do,
good the show is, Bran is king.
no matter where we go from here, in the past, in the present, and the future, nothing will change the fact that show ended in the stupidest goddamn manner. To my opinion, it's my opinion, the show ended in the stupidest goddamn manner. On what planet of understanding besides this one does Bran deserve to be... You know what? Let me rephrase this.
How about we just do this? We do not like that Bran is king, do we?
We absolutely hate that Bran is king.
Want to talk about something we like?
Yes!
The new Dragon Show, which I like.
Oh my god. Guys, thank you, Joe. I almost went off on a tangent about Bran being king and how it should have been Jon Snow or Tyrion.
Or literally anybody but Bran.
Anybody but Bran. Like, even the fucking uncle.
Yeah.
The Stark uncle that, like, tried to be like, hey, I'll do it. And then Sansa was like, Uncle, sit down. No. Anybody but Bran should have been king. Anyways, so, guys. House of the Dragon.
I like it.
Oh, my.
I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, so, I mean, I have ample time to start hating this.
He has time to hate it.
Which I will come back and tell you guys. I hate it. If
Sure.
I start hating it.
You know what? Joe is nothing if not honest about his opinions.
It stinks.
Our cats are fighting again, maybe, I think.
Yep.
They're arguing.
They're feeling better.
They're feeling better. Yeah. We had kitty food issues this morning. And, yeah. So, they're currently fighting each other.
They're frolicking.
Would we call that frolicking? I think he kind of pissed her off earlier when he kept on...
Aggro frolicking.
Aggro! Okay. I think he kind of pissed her off earlier when he kept on putting shit in her bowl. Yeah. Not actual shit, though. No. Our cat was not putting actual shit in his...
Just stuff on the floor.
Just stuff.
Toys. A piece of paper.
Tell me, guys, if you have a cat that...
tries to cover its food bowl with stuff.
and litter box with things. Like, if he finds something on the floor, wants to come and cover his food bowl and or litter box with stuff. Oh, and will go and steal Socks.
He steals my socks. It's the weirdest thing.
He steals his socks. I've only seen him attempt to steal my socks twice. One time I let him. Because it was a mismatched sock. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, whatever. Okay? He's a weirdo. Yeah, they are gracefully aggro with each other.
So anyway, back
House
to
of the Dragons. Boom Boom Fire Kitties, which I am calling the dragons every once in a while. Boom Boom Fire Kitties, because guys, we didn't have to wait an entire season for the dragons. We've got them day one. Day one, we've got these dragons. So we got kind of a gold colored dragon.
Yeah, and a red one.
And a badass looking, beautiful red one. That red one is rode by Daemon.
Yep.
Daemon Targaryen. Hello, Doctor.
Yeah, he's Doctor Who.
Hello, Doctor. Okay, so basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Matt Smith plays Daemon Targaryen. Matt Smith was also one of the doctors.
One of the doctors. If you don't know what we're talking about, that's okay. I hardly know either.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll probably have some Doctor Who shit at some point. I had planned to do that episode rewatch, and I'm probably going to start that soon, just because, it'll be fun. So stay tuned. But anyways, we have, what is the name of this plane? Rhaenyra?
Yeah.
What is her name?
I don't know.
I forget, guys. I'm so sorry. We have Rhaenyra Targaryen. She is the 14-year-old daughter of Viserys Targaryen. King Viserys. So you find out right at Jump Street that King Viserys was chosen over his cousin to become king. And why was he chosen over his cousin?
Because he has a wiener.
Because he has a wiener.
Well, I mean, because he's male anyway. That's why.
Because he's a male. Which in that time, and God, it's not historical fiction. Which
it's fantasy, bro.
It's fantasy. Okay, well, the thing is, we all know that George R.R. Martin's inspiration for at least the Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, was War of the Roses. Yes. So, that's why, and a lot of the visuals, besides the idea of there being dragons in actuality, are very medieval-like.
Yeah.
Okay? So...
That's a lot of fantasy, though, really.
It really is. And so he had a wiener.
He listens.
A wiener does not make a man in this day and age, but for this purpose, he had a wiener.
A wiener?
A wiener.
What the fuck's a wiener?
I said a wiener.
Oh, okay. When you play this back, you didn't, though.
So he's a wanker with a wiener, and so he becomes king. Now, okay, I'm going to be real with you. There's a few moments in that first episode that I'm just like, ooh, I could have dealt without that. The visuals. So basically, King Viserys is married. He has a queen. That is Rhaenyra's mother. And you don't really have to worry too much about her because she dies in the first episode.
She's dead.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert! Yeah, I guess spoiler. But here, that's our.
We're gonna definitely tell you.
You know what? If you're listening to this anyway, you know that we were gonna tell you. You knew it.
You knew. I'm gonna put it in the headline. I'm gonna put it in the show title. Spoiler alert. So you guys, if you're here, you knew. You knew. Anyways. So, you don't have to really know too much about her except for she dies in that first episode. And she dies in childbirth. Which,
oh, God, it's horrible. I feel so bad for women.
Oh, yeah. I shout out to all my friends out there. I know a few of you are in this club, but shout out to the ladies out there who had cesarean sections. Shout out to y'all, because now I realize that you didn't have quite the trauma that the queen did in this show, but that was gross. And yeah, apparently she had some milk of the poppy, but it was not enough.
No, they needed to give her a whole lot more.
They needed to knock her ass out if they were gonna kill her. Okay, and that's what we're gonna talk about that for a second. The king, Viserys, seems like a somewhat alright dude, except for a couple things, and we're gonna name them both. One, he was clearly told, we know of a way that we can definitely, probably get that kid out. Okay? But it's definitely gonna kill your wife. Like, it's definitely, she is going to die here today. And he's like, oh, so you can get the kid out? So I'll have a son? Well, yeah, you'll have a son, but your wife will be there. I want my son.
He said that way would like most likely kill him. I don't think he said it was like 100% chance.
They said the chances were good, considering what they had to do, and considering how much blood this was going to involve. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So, King Viserys, while everybody's having fun at the tournament in this kid's birth honor, right? Everybody having fun. Viserys is like, oh, okay, let me go check. You know, when he's brought, and somebody brings him there because it's not going well. And he's just like, kill my wife, give me my kid. Basically. I mean, that doesn't mean that he's not upset about it. But still.
That's how kings were, though, man. They had to have that heir.
Yeah.
That's like all they thought about was that and being shitty because they're kings.
That's pretty shitty. That's pretty shitty.
Kings do a lot of shitty shit. Do we even know what the tax rate is here? We don't fucking know what he's taxing people. We're thinking that he might be good. He's probably sitting here overtaxing people, taking shit from them. You saw how the Kingsguard acted when his brother was around.
Oh my god! I think somebody's.
And he was still like,
I think somebody's wiener got cut off in that whole situation when the Kingsguard was like running around the yellow cloaks.
Yeah, I think
we're all like running around. Like, somebody's wiener got cut off. I swear to God, guys. I swear to God, somebody's wiener got cut off. I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know. There of a lot of things somebody could be doing to get the Kingsguard mad at them that deserve your wiener being cut off.
They were just taking anybody.
Yeah.
So, no, he's not a good king. He sucks.
So... Okay, so the kid is pulled out in a very grotesque looking, gross ass moment. They really were like, let's spare no expense on that blood budget, guys. And within hours, the kid dies. The baby dies. So not only is the queen dead, the heir, which was a baby boy, like he suspected, is gone as well.
But what if the baby isn't dead? He just sent it somewhere. You can see the baby die. I don't know.
All I know is there was a second bundle. There was a second bundle laying next to the mom.
Yeah, he faked
in the funeral. Death. In the funeral pyre. The funeral pyre. And they got flambéed.
And then, like, somebody's gonna take the throne. He's gonna be like, I'm here.
Like fucking John should have done. Hashtag what John should have done. Anyways, so yeah, the queen dies. They flambe her. One of the things that I love that they kind of like showed was that the very personal relationship between dragon and dragon rider, because they're basically just sitting there like outside, next to the funeral pyre, and in order to have Minera's dragon, because she's a dragon rider, flambe the queen and the son, the prince, she has to give the order, not anyone else. And so she has to give the order to her dragon and old Valerian to
light the funeral pyre.
Y'all know the word Dracarys. Okay? She has to tell it Dracarys. She looks away. She can't even look. So she is bummed. The king is bummed because maybe he's thinking he made the wrong choice.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has to deal with it. So Damon, Matt Smith's character, is the brother to Viserys. So the deal is here that if Viserys cannot produce or name a proper heir, more than likely the kingdom is going to go to Daemon when the king, shuffles off this mortal coil. So Daemon has an affinity for taking his Kingsguard out to the local brothel, yes, the local gentleman's club, and he got really drunk and made a not so nice statement about the dead queen and his dead nephew, and it got back to the king, and the king's like, oh, so that how it be? You are no longer my heir. I am naming an heir, and it is, oh, by the way, fuck y'all, it's my daughter. So all the people, all the different kingdoms, representatives come, and there's this scene where everybody takes a knee. Everyone, bows and pledges allegiance to the heir to the Iron Throne, which is Rhaenyra Targaryen. Badass 14-year-old that rides a dragon. And let me tell you something, I like her.
She's pretty alright. She's my favorite character so far.
I like her because she is spunky, and she's like, fuck y'all, most of the time.
She just does what she wants to do.
And she makes the right decisions where no one else does. Here's the thing, guys. When the king found out about what Daemon did, he basically was like, get the fuck out, and leave. So he goes and he's like, oh, really? So I'm going to go, instead of going back to my actual wife in the Vale, I'm going to go and I'm going to hang out in Dragonstone. And I'm going to take my favorite working lady with me. And I'm going to, tell everyone I'm going to make her my wife. They also find out that he stole and took a dragon egg with him.
Yeah, stole it.
And so they Rhaenyra is standing in the round table, there's an emergency council meeting, and they find out that he is gone to Dragonstone, taken over, and he has stolen a dragon egg on his way out the building.
Dude was disgruntled, man.
He was not happy, and he sent, on top of all this, he sent an invitation to the king to come to his wedding.
Yeah.
because he's taking another wife. In the old Valerian tradition, he's taking another wife, which happens to be his favorite gal. So nobody's asking the question. And then Rhaenyra speaks up in Old Valerian. She's just like, which dragon egg? So apparently there's this tradition that when a Targaryen is born, they share their cradle with a dragon egg. And apparently, in an extra level of fuck y'all, Daemon takes the egg that was in her brother's cradle while the very short time he was alive. That's the one he took, guys. That's the one he took. In an extra little case of fuck y'all.
Fucking Daemon.
And so, the King's Hand,
you know what
Hightower.
Daemon I do like? Daemon Salvatore. I'm just saying. But we can get back to where we're going now. I just wanted to...
You wanted to have your own little side trip.
I wanted a side trip that Daemon Salvatore is a pretty okay guy.
Yeah, because totally... We
don't know. That's it. That's all.
Totally Daemon Salvatore. I'm going to agree with you on that one. Okay. I'm going to co-sign that one.
Okay. Now back to the show.
All right. Back to an interesting, not as well-liked Daemon in this household. Played really well by Matt Smith.
I liked him for about 10 seconds. And then
I still kind of like him, though. I'm going to tell you.
He's skeezy and stuff like that.
I still kind of like him,
too. I'm not going to lie. I do kind of like him.
And because it's really cool. Because, okay, so, like, the King's Hand, Hightower is...
but not Hightower from Police Academy.
No. Totally different guy. Is going to take a posse to Dragonstone. Because he's going to get that egg back, right? And be like, calm your britches, to Daemon. And so he does that. And Rhaenyra hears about all of this. She knows what the plan is. And she's like, no. No. Absolutely not. I'm not going to tell y'all. But when you leave, I'm going to go out the back door. Get on my dragon. And I'm coming too. Because she's like, you know what? My uncle, seems to be like aiming to take my position. And I have to go. I have to try to stifle this once and for all and get that goddamn egg back. So what does she do? She does it. She goes out the back, like I said. She gets on a goddamn dragon. She goes.
Yeah.
And so you're sitting there and it's all like foggy all around, like the walkways, going up to the castle at Dragonstone. And you got the showdown between, Daemon and his guys and Hightower and his guys. And then you see the clouds rumble. And then, whoosh, there's the motherfucking gold dragon with good old Princess-elect on the fucking back. And she lands, and she's like, guys, no sudden movements because my dragon tends to be very protective of me. Mm. She goes up to him, walks straight up to him, just feet away from him. She's like, do you really aim to have me killed? Do you really want me dead? Come on, uncle.
Do it.
She's like, she's just like, do it.
Do it.
Do it right here, right now. Do you have the balls? Basically. And he's just like, no, I don't have the balls. Tosses the egg at her and then walks back to the castle. So she gets the egg, she puts it in their little carrying case, and she goes off. Well, she didn't tell anybody she was doing this.
No.
No,
Daddy's mad.
Daddy is mad, but Daddy is also kind of
Impressed.
proud.
Yeah, impressed. Very good. So,
You know, Daddy Viserys is mad, but also kind of impressed. Now, we need to talk a little bit more, because that's pretty much.
we don't have to talk about the whole show. We're just giving them the
That's
cool
pretty
shit.
much where that's left.
Yeah.
But there's a big thing that we need to talk about. The king
Oh, and
is
taking
being
a
pressured
wife,
to take a new wife because
and boy,
it's
does this get icky.
This gets icky, guys. The king is being pressured to take a new wife. It is part of his quote-unquote kingly duties to have a queen and produce children.
By giving him children.
Yeah. So, we have one group of people that have been trying to... One person in particular who has been trying to position himself since episode 1 and position his daughter
Yeah.
since episode 1, and this happens to be Alicent Hightower. Her daddy has been nudging her out the door to the king's quarters.
The king's bed is what he wants.
Well, that's what he wants, but it has not happened yet.
No.
Basically, like, you should wear one of your mother's dresses, look more adult, blah, blah, blah. You know, daddy's dependent on you to, you know, seal the deal kind of thing. All right? And, really, she just goes and she just spends time with the king. And because here's the extra added weird thing, besides the fact that she's 14, okay, she is also Rhaenyra's best friend. Yeah. So she really doesn't want to do it, and you can tell the look on her face anytime any of this shit is happening and her father's pressuring her to do anything. She is not happy with the circumstance, but she also doesn't want to upset her father. So really, when she goes there, she's not trying to seduce the king or anything like that. She's just spending time with him, talking to him, and
Stories and stuff.
you know, listening to stories, telling him stories, you know, just kind of being a comfort to him because he is upset about his wife's death. So you have that group, all right? The unwilling Alicent and the papa that could, if he would. Would if he could. Then you have the cousin and her husband.
Yeah.
The cousin that was passed up for the throne, and her husband, the Valerians.
I forget his name.
Yeah. They have twin children. One of them is a boy, one of them is a girl. And they wanted to merge their houses with the king's house with the marriage of the king to their 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah, dude.
A very childlike 12 years old. Okay? There is a cringy scene where the king is just kind of walking with the little girl, and she's 12, y'all. And she's very childlike 12. Like, she's very childlike 12.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gross, all right? The fact that, you know, all this is happening. And the kid is just giving these really, like, you know, perfunctory, like rehearsed responses.
Yeah.
To the king's, you know, questions and everything like that. And the king is just like, is that what your father told you to say? And she's just like, and he's like, tell me, what did your mother tell you? And the little girl's like, that I wouldn't have to bed you until I was 14. Ugh. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Total disgusto.
Yuck. Okay. So, by our standards, and since this is set in a medieval-like society, quote unquote, okay, it is not completely uncommon for, say, a 14, 16-year-old to be entered into these kind of marriages.
Was it so gross? Yes.
Was it still gross? Absolutely correct. It happened. It doesn't make it good, right, or anything, okay? This is not historical fiction. This is fiction, but...
It's fantasy.
Fantasy, but yes, this is why this happened. So when it comes to the small council meeting, and the king has to be like, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get hitched, guys. So you have two parties here. Allison happens to be standing in the room with her father as well. And he, the thing is the king actually went and got guidance. Was like, he asked, a few people, he's like, what the fuck do I do, guys? Because this is a shitty deal here. Like, this is a bad deal. I'm right, right?
If you're the king, you can do what you want, though.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I'm not getting married yet. See ya.
Right.
Fuck off, chumps. I have an heir.
But you know what? Like, there's still that undercurrent of sexism, though. Because it's like, I'm going to go ahead and name this heir so that my brother can stop, hovering.
Yeah, dude, the whole show is sexist in a way that's showing that it was definitely sexist back in those times.
Yeah. So, like, there's still this undercurrent of, yes, I'm naming her as my heir, just in case. Just so it doesn't happen to be my brother who's, a pain in the ass. Okay? They still have every intention of trying to produce a male heir.
Yeah.
This is what's really going on here, folks. Yes, he made this, show to, be like, yes, here's my heir. I'm naming her. Everyone's bending the knee. It's a big fucking dog and pony show. However, if the king actually produces a male heir, he can renege on that whenever he wants, right? So, so the king does announce that he is going to be getting married. And
what does he say?
He says that he is going to be marrying Allison Hightower.
Yep.
Which is news to his daughter, and, well, Allison knew it was probably going to be a possibility, but still, she ain't happy about it.
Her dad ain't happy either, man. Gets up and yells at the king. You don't fucking do that. If I was a king, I would put your head on a pike.
No, not Allison's father didn't do that. The one guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The
other dude, the 12-year-old's father, was like, fuck y'all.
Like, exactly who do you think you are? I am the fucking king, bro.
Like, yeah,
I'll
right?
fucking kill you.
And then he's like, Audi 5000, and the next time we see him, he is trying to conspire with Daemon.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to work out very well.
Oh, it's Game of Thrones. None of this is going to work out very well.
None of it's going to work out well. Now, here's the thing, guys.
It leads to Bran being king.
It eventually leads to Bran becoming king. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm not sure everyone is really aware of this because I wasn't until today or yesterday or something like that. If you are worried that an actual 14-year-old actress is going to have to act like she's knocking the boots with I think he's in his 50s, year-old actor, we do have a time jump coming halfway through the season where you may see Allison Hightower becoming his wife when she is 14, but there's a time jump that takes 10 years. Now, they are changing actresses. Okay, so we're not going to have a 14-year-old actress
that's against
doing that. Yeah.
all sorts of laws, I'm sure.
But the thing is not everyone is going to be aware of that. You know, so I'm bringing it up just so that we can be like, guys, it's not going to be as skeevy as it is right now the whole time.
It'll be skeevy, though.
It'll be skeevy.
Game of Thrones, man.
Because it's Game of Thrones. Exactly. Yes. But we do have actress changes for both Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Targaryen, as well as the twins that we mentioned earlier. 10-year time jump. It's supposed to happen about halfway through the season. And let me tell you, the actress that they got for the older Rhaenyra just looks exactly like you leveled Rhaenyra up. Okay? Like, you leveled her up, and now she's here. So that's basically where we are right now.
That's where we is.
That's where we are right now with House of the Dragon. And Joe, you are liking it.
Yes, I do. I like it.
Yeah, I'm liking it as well. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. Because, you know, it's like you can make it easy. You can make it easy and just be like, Daemon wants to kill Rhaenyra. The problem is he actually likes his niece.
Yeah.
You know, he actually likes his niece. He doesn't want to actually kill her. You can tell that. And it's kind of cool. Like, he could just probably kill her.
Because it's the Game of Thrones.
But we're going to see. Because it's the Game of Thrones where you live or where you rule.
I know that there's something up with this Hightower girl. I know it.
I don't think so.
Mark my words, everybody. Mark my words.
I think right now Alicent Hightower is innocent.
She's not on the level, huh? Not even.
Right now, I think right now...
This is Game of Thrones.
This is Game of Thrones. Anything can change. And what I'm saying right now is I think right now Alicent Hightower is as innocent as she seems. But that could change.
It's a 10-year time jump and she's going to be evil as hell.
You know, we're going to find out. We're going to find out.
She's going to be like, I am your stepmother. You listen to me.
I have the dragon. Fuck you.
You're not my real mom. Can't tell me what to do. I'm going to ride my dragon.
Yeah. I'm running away on my dragon.
So anyway, that's it.
That's it, guys. So, yeah. I thought it would be pretty cool for us to talk about Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon together. What do you guys think? Should I do some rewatches of Game of Thrones episodes? Just me. I wouldn't put Joe through that. And along with my Doctor Who stuff that I'm planning to do.
Do the Doctor Who because I can watch that.
Well, I mean, you don't have to watch the Game of Thrones with me. I can do that on my own.
Yeah. Because I actually am pretty interested in watching your
my 30 to make a Whovian.
Yeah, just because I fell out of love with Doctor Who. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, I'm going to put you back in love with Doctor Who.
Well, when is
I'm going to put you back in love.
Is there even a trailer for this?
It's supposed to... We know that it is releasing sometime in October. That is how the BBC is. Okay, guys, so here's the thing, but this is what we're talking about. We're talking about...
Actually, we can turn it off now. We can just talk about
Well, we can tell them that, right, and then we'll end the show, okay? What we're talking about is Doctor Who is supposed to have a BBC Centennial special, and it's supposed to happen sometime in October. And basically, what's going to happen is we are going to get a regeneration into a new Doctor Who.
Okay.
So that's basically what it is. So here's the thing: we're going to go ahead and end the show. And thanks for being with us. Tell us what you think of the House of the Dragon if you're watching it, or tell us if you absolutely hated that Bran became king.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, I know. I hate it too.
I'm pretty stoned right now, though. So do I hate it? Do I really hate it?
You hate it, man. Here's the thing.
Down inside, do I hate that Bran became king?
Here, you know what? I don't mind Bran. Bran, doing his thing. He's the one-eyed raven.
Doing his weird
thing. Here's a weirdo. And
yeah, good for him, but
rock on. But is he king? No.
He is, though.
But he is.
And it's canon.
Crossing our fingers. It changes in the books.
We'll see.
If it ever happens.
If it ever happens. I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway. Until next week, folks.
To next week. Thank you for being here with us. And let us know. Do you want us to continue talking about House of Dragon next week?
Yeah, I'll talk about it again. Up until I don't like it.
Right. Up until Joe doesn't like it, he will talk about it. So yeah. But, alright, guys, we'll be seeing ya. This is the officially unofficial Geek Channel, What's Happening Wednesday, with Joe and Carrie. Check out the rest of our content on the channel.
Give it a like.
Yeah, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe if you haven't already. We do lots of pop culture and comic book reviews. See ya next time. Bye!